Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Top Tier Talk. This week in football, Chelsea progressed with a 2-0 win against Dortmund and beat Leicester in the Premier League. Manchester United were comfortable 4-1 winners against Betis but couldn't beat bottom of the league Southampton. Arsenal maintained their 5-point gap at the top of the league with a 3-0 win against Fulham. And they're also in a brilliant classic in the Europa League with Sporting. Amir, you had a pretty good week. We'll start with you.
Yeah, very, very good week. Three wins on the trot now. So Dortmund game, I wasn't confident going in, but the three at the back's working for Potter. He did it against Leicester as well. A 2-0 win. We're very good. The atmosphere at the bridge was amazing. It's probably the best it's been all season as well. I think that really helped the team, but we played really well that game. And glad to progress in the Champions League again. Maybe another upset. Probably not. But, we go again. Leicester game. This is a game I want to focus on more. A lot of terrible refereeing decisions in that. A couple of red cards I reckon that Leicester should have had, but it is what it is with these crap referees. There's no point talking about it each week. We're just repeating ourselves. But very good game. Enzo, brilliant assist, showing his worth. Havertz has been really good. I've shot on Havertz for the last few weeks and stuff and called for him to be dropped, but he's been playing really well recently. So I'm going to hold my hands up and say if this continues with Havertz, then I'd rather we keep him. Chilwell, great goal as well. And Mason Mount being dropped, I think that's another talking point. I think this could potentially be the end of his Chelsea career. If the,
but if his downfall, love it.
If he doesn't get the wages, because he was fully fit, apparently it came out. That's the game and he was dropped. So I don't know if there's some tension there and he might end up leaving and Liverpool looks like the likely destination. They're really keen on him. But yeah, still Potter out though. I'm not. Listen, I'm not a short-term thinking fan. It's been 3 games. This carries on until the end of the season, and then post that, then I'll hold my hands up and say sorry, and I'll be back on board. But I'm still Potter out for now. It's only 2 weeks. I can't change your mind every 2 weeks. What are you doing? Do you want a high five?
I said
holding our hands up.
Oh, holding hands up.
Yeah.
Put his hand up again, 3rd week in a row.
Okay, at least you're consistent because if you switch every week in and out, Potter in this week, Potter out, like, just pick your side, and you've picked Potter out, and any success that comes with Potter, you won't celebrate it.
For that stupid remark, I bring up 2 examples. Sir Alex Ferguson was 1 game away from being sacked by United, and I'm sure most of the fans.
See, I wasn't there. I wasn't born to be give Sir Alex Ferguson out.
There or not, but that's about. I'm talking in general. And then another example is our friend here laughing, who was Arteta out.
That's true.
Now. I was never Arteta out.
Double agent. Fans can be wrong. Fans can be wrong as well. So I am going to enjoy my club's success. Not my.
We just want a half-failed apology when you decide to, come back to the right side.
Yeah, you just should stop being a little wuss about it, really. To be honest, though.
What do you think of Potter becoming manager of the month
when it happens?
Pardon, Chavez?
What do you think of Potter becoming manager of the month for March once he beats Everton?
It was positive for him. His confidence was really low. So if he does end up winning it, fair enough to him. But I think the Tuchel aura of a 3 at the back really helped him because since we've switched to that, we've looked a bit of a better side, and I think that's the formation he's going to play moving forward as well. But yeah, we're right. I think it helps Chilwell and a few others back. Cucurella, another one, doing all right now since the time off. So it's a good week to be a Chelsea fan, really. So,
you don't look too happy.
No, I'm really happy.
You look it.
No, but the referee stuff, I'm not sure if you guys had a look at it, but there was some horrible decisions.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Don't want to go into referees in general, but do you guys have the same opinion as me?
Chavez, that was
terrible.
I think the Leicester player should be in prison right now.
I was going to say, Chavez's segment with the United game shouldn't have the R word in it because it's all he's going to talk about.
I do want to call people retarded. Okay, sorry.
Go for it.
Is it my turn?
Yeah. Who is it?
Yeah.
All right. Any questions quickly? Is there any questions for Chelsea? No?
No, fuck Chelsea. I'm joking.
What team do you support?
No one cares.
That's great.
All right. Real Betis first game 4-1. Really good performance, but it was the minimum. If we had lost that game, I think I would have lost my shit. So we did create the most XG I think we have since the 9-0 against Southampton. Also double what Liverpool did against us. So it was actually kind of embarrassing that we didn't score more goals. We missed about a few big chances. But anyways, it was a good performance. Everyone kind of came back and did what was expected. Then we played Southampton. And yeah, I don't like talking about the R words, but it's annoying because everyone's going to be talking about it. My only issue is fine. In the moment, I did say Casemiro not a red card because I'd just seen about 3 tackles on Saturday, which were worse than that. But that was me again, following that level of consistency. But fair enough if that's a red card. I just think there's a lot of red cards that have been not given this season. Even just now in the championship, we saw someone holding another player's neck, and that wasn't a red card. So again, if you're Casemiro, I feel like he's being slightly targeted because I've seen a lot of players holding other players' necks since his incident. But yeah, Anthony Taylor, he also did this thing which I really, really hated. And this is why this has to happen right now. The new rule about timings. They have to do what they did in the World Cup because there was a 4-minute stoppage for Casemiro's red card, and we had 1 minute of added time in the first half. So that's such a important thing and an easy thing that they can just add right now, which would benefit us all. We enjoyed the World Cup, didn't we? When there was extra 10 minutes, actual time was being played, and teams like Newcastle would then be exposed for the dark arts that they play. Like they'd have to actually play the 4 minutes of a football match and not thrive off of the ball being outside the pitch. So hopefully that can happen soon. And referees, it's not even VAR and the referee. I think it's more the people that are involved. They're just not good. They're all mates. I don't know what they're playing at. It's like they come into a game knowing what they want to do. And yeah, we just need more foreign referees. We've said all of this, by the way. Every decision has the same conclusion. Like we always discuss it. Aside from that, I think Premier League was always a given that we're not going to win it now. So third place is where we're going to end up.
So this week you're back out of the title race that you weren't in the week before, even though you said you were.
Yeah. We'll be back in
When
it next
did I
week.
say last week?
Back in it next week.
Man City.
It's
you
quad
guys who does the
shouts. Quad. I think this is the downfall of Manchester United, especially with Casemiro. They have to go back to McFred now. So you really, really are in the mud right now. 4 games without Casemiro is terrible.
Manager of the month curse as well. That's probably why they didn't win. Obviously, Ten Hag got player of the month.
But we are still on track to win more trophies than every one of the teams in this call right now. And
Are you really? You're on track.
Well, it's only Chelsea.
You've just lost your best player.
So we lost him before, man. We went through that beautifully.
Huh? Did you?
We lost Casemiro before, and we basically won every game without him except Arsenal.
Yeah,
and that game was already a given. We were going to lose that. It's Arsenal. They're the best team in the world behind Napoli right now. So it was a given.
Behind Napoli. Sorry.
Yeah, Napoli are the best.
Napoli are on fire.
Don't be strange. They're literally.
I concede to think. I probably think Bayern are still better than Arsenal. If they're Arsenal and Bayern went head to head.
If they were to play each other, yeah, like Real Madrid would take Arsenal as well. But I'm just saying on form, like obviously we won't know until they play each other. Yeah, Napoli are unstoppable. Arsenal have not reached
Napoli. The Rashford challenge I saw on my feed.
Oh, so yes.
What a dive, by the way, Chavez. What do you think about that?
Okay, Emir, you know exactly what you're doing here. So again, I waited because do you know the amount of praise rival fans are giving Rashford by saying that he dived? Because what you're saying is that velocity, he managed to clip his one leg to his other. That's really hard to do. So there was a reverse angle, waited for it, it came out, and but the keeper's knee hit Rashford. There was contact. But that contact, by the way, didn't lead him to fall. It's because that contact pushed his left leg into hitting his right leg, and that's why he fell. That's why he made it look like a dive as well. So again, by the way, that's a penalty. I know, and I don't blame them as much because then that reverse angle, I don't know if they get that on VAR. That came out after the game. But yeah, that's another one. The handball on all fours. We're allowed to play football with our hands when we're on the ground. There's just all sorts happening on the pitch right now.
Yeah, Anthony Taylor, we've known for a while, he's an absolutely terrible referee.
And Andre Mariner, the guy on VAR. These guys were all involved in the Leicester Chelsea game, so it just doesn't make any sense.
Chavez, I mean, you should also sign many petitions to stop Anthony Taylor refereeing Chelsea games, but
I think much worse should happen than that.
Yeah,
just no more games. Full stop. Not even Chelsea or United. Just none.
He's all right for us.
I don't know. I think there should be an independent investigation into these people because that game felt really strange from the start to the end.
But there won't be because they're in everyone else's eyes and the FA's eyes. They're the best that we've got, and they're going to cover their own. Same as when, for example, Arsenal they've come out this season and gone, yeah, sorry, it was a wrong decision or whatever. They'll still
That's terrible, by the way.
They'll still referee a couple of weeks after. They'll miss the week after, but they'll still carry on refereeing.
Despite, I agree. Despite them being some absolutely crap decisions, I think teams do get the benefits and the negatives of it. Like that, we can go back to weeks ago in the City game where Rashford was offside. And
when it happens to Man United, it gets made into a massive thing. But that's one.
It's because you're a big club.
We get loads in between there against us.
That leads to 3 points.
Yeah, but everything leads to everything. We've had so many other situations where it just leads against us, but because we're Man United and it happened in a derby, sure. One other thing, Lee Mason got scapegoated out of all of this. Anything that happened in that game is not like that's much worse than anything Lee Mason did. So I don't get why one man has been fired over this. They should fire the whole thing because what Anthony said in that game is worse than anything Lee Mason did. So why are they scapegoating one person? Get them
No,
all
Lee
out.
Mason was worse. Lee Mason was worse.
Well, Anthony Taylor
But I don't
consistently
really
makes mistakes
understand.
every
Shizz. It
week.
was a red card. Like, get over it. That was a red
No,
card.
the two penalties, and the time.
It's penalty subjective, but with the Lee
No,
Mason
penalties are
one,
not subjective. It's a penalty. You're not allowed to play football on your hands on all fours.
listen, there's a lot of rules with that.
And the endangered Garnacho. Again, I read into the book, by the way, because again, I didn't think the Casemiro one was a red card initially, but now I do. And I read into the rule, and by that logic, the tackle on Garnacho is a red card. It was a 2-foot scissor tackle, and it endangered the opponent, and it was rash. It was out of control. That is the exact rule, by the way. It's nothing to do with height or whatever. So why did the guy who tackled Garnacho not even get a yellow card or even a foul? Garnacho is injured now. He's out. He's out for God knows how long. So again, I applied. I did what you said.
But they
Apply
can't use
their
it for a
rules.
yellow card. They can't use it for a yellow card. They can.
No, I said it was a red card. He was out of control.
I need to look at that back before I need to look at back before I comment. But the Lee Mason one, the guy didn't do his job. He didn't draw the lines. That's worse. I'm assuming the Andre Marino one. At least they looked at it. It's subjective. Not even
Well,
subjective.
then they're stupid because there was that handball one is a blatant penalty, and they can't count time. The minimum requirement should be that you should be able to count time. You should be able to count time, though, right? I can do that. I can count time. Maths.
Yeah, it's fine then fine because we all enjoyed watching the World Cup and there was 7, 8, 10, 15, 20 minutes injury time. But I think the average of the balls actually in play of a Premier League game is like 50 to 57 minutes or something. It's like ridiculous. Which I think
I've never seen
the only way to combat it would be, obviously not throw-ins or whatever, because a couple of seconds is a throw-in. But if there's a goal or a substitution, the clock just stops, because like that's take 30 seconds, a minute, all the celebrations and whatever, and the clock just stops and that's it. That's probably the only way to combat and get the actual 90 minutes played. It's probably because obviously throw-ins and stuff, or people just they'll waste 10 seconons or whatever, but there's no point stopping it for 10 seconds.
Trust the Premier League to do that.
Well, I think they want to bring in the rugby thing where they stop the time whenever it's not played. So maybe that'll help out. I don't know.
Well, let's hope. Here's hoping.
Yeah.
Are we moving on to Arsenal? Because I don't want to talk about my club ever again.
Very quickly touch on your club. Very, because we haven't spoke about it one bit in a while.
You have a new manager.
Go on. El had a point.
I was just saying, could you touch on your point, Chris Wilder? What's going on?
Yeah, new manager.
Shocked.
It's the same crap. Yeah, he is here to the end of the season. Most of our players hopefully here to the end of the season, and they'll go as well. But I'm not going to judge him on that game. I can see what he was trying to do almost at Sheffield when his holding midfielders dropped back in and his wide centre backs pushed out. He was trying to do that towards the end of the game when we were losing. But I'll judge him on next week when he's had a full week and a bit with the team. But yeah, he'll be at the end of the season and then he'll leave because if he makes it to the end of the season, it's argument for Bilic. I can see why they got rid of him, but it's also there's no point sacking a manager left with 10 games. Like the issue started. You could look back. The issue started when we sacked Garcia in 2019, 2020, or whatever it was, and then obviously sacking Edwards at the start of the season. That was another sort of turning point, if you will. But yeah, another payout that we've got to pay.
Dan, just one question: if you had to put your mortgage and life on it, do you think Chris Wilder will survive till the end of the season?
I'd hope so. I don't think it's going to go that wrong.
Yes or no?
Yeah, there's only 10 games left. We're not. The Pozzos aren't that bad. This is going to be a meme because he's going to get sacked in 3 weeks.
They always find a way to be worse.
But there's only 10 games left, so surely not. Though, a couple of weeks' time. Oh, there is an international break coming up, so if he does lose the next 2 games, we've got Birmingham tomorrow and Wigan at the weekend. International break, so we could be gone within the next week, and then after that we've got Luton. So
lovely.
Big game.
Big game, Luton.
Unfortunately, I'll be there as well.
Good luck.
Might not be on the episode after that. Pending result.
Go on now.
All right, Arsenal, yeah. First off, the 2-2 against Sporting. I'm not upset by that result, actually, because Sporting's actually a difficult team to come up against. They've got a strong side. It was quite a decent kind of performance from what half of our players have put in. Kivior's a bit. I'm not really putting him under because obviously it's his first game for us.
Mid.
No, he's got to get used to the whole kind of.
Man, duck the header.
He's
I'm
a
not
bit
putting him
scared, man.
under. Relax, it's one game. Okay, and Matt Turner had a bit of a shaky game as well, but look, we look forward because obviously, as I say, we went to their ground, Sporting Lisbon 2-2. Can't really complain. We got 2 goals against them. It's technically a draw. Now they come to us this week, so I'm pretty confident with them coming to us now because they'll be behind the whole of the Emirates, and we have one of the best atmospheres at this moment in time because everyone's behind the team at the moment, which I'm loving. So I reckon we'll go ahead and win that game. I just want to say St. Just, whatever his name is, that centre back is a fucking pace demon. How he got up to Martinelli when he was
I saw that was ridiculous.
Unbelievable. But yeah. But moving on, Fulham, when we beat them 3-0, and I just wanted to bring out a stat. We are the first team to beat all the London teams. I think away without conceding a goal.
You haven't played West Ham or
What a trophy! What a trophy! Well done.
You haven't played
The
West
London
Ham,
derbies,
though.
yeah. So we'll take
You
that.
haven't played West
The
Ham.
London
or-
trophy.
We'll take that.
Yeah, but he hasn't played. Do you mean at home?
No, away. I think there was a stat that says away.
You haven't played West Ham away yet. So how does that make sense?
They'll probably win that as well.
Yeah, we'll win that as well, so you just count it anyway.
So you
Stay at West Ham
So
Football
yeah.
Club.
Anyway, people before that game were going. Arsenal's not going to win this. They might get a draw. They'll be lucky to get a result because Fulham at home are a really good side. Blah 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 blah. I heard this, heard that, the other. People are very very against us winning the league right now, and it shows. Every football fan is pretty much against us. I'm seeing Liverpool fans not wanting to win us. I'm seeing United fans not wanting for us to win it. I'm seeing every different fan want to. They
What
prefer
are you
seeing.
on about?
I'm
Where have
seeing.
you seen
This is classic
I'm-
Arsenal fans trying to.
I'm
bring
seeing.
the
What
I'm
are you
seeing
on
all
about?
sorts of fans.
No, everyone wants you to win the league.
No, they
They just don't
don't.
think you
Chat
will.
shit. I'm seeing everything
It's
all
the
over my
difference
feed
between wanting
saying.
and predicting. Wanting and
The
predicting
only,
is two
the
different
only
things.
clubs that don't want you to win the league are the London clubs.
Tottenham.
Tottenham
Tottenham and Man City.
Tottenham shouldn't care who wins the league. They ain't getting involved.
Yeah, don't know about that.
Yeah, like the London clubs and Man City, sure.
No, but people
everyone else
really
wants you to
put us
win the league.
down, going to Craven Cottage, basically saying, yeah, we're not going to get a result game.
Yeah, but Fulham
Come on
aren't
now.
an easy team to beat.
Fulham are a great
Oh.
team this season.
Yeah, they're a great
That's
team.
what
What are
you
you
on
on
about.
about?
Fulham
Fulham are
aren't.
good.
Yeah, Fulham aren't an easy team to beat.
Yeah, like we actually went there, like with the people saying, oh, it could be a tough game. We just backed them in the first half, basically. We just we just basically won the game in 45 minutes. Just
Yeah,
sat back for the last 45, and it was great. Like, there's nothing more to go on.
It's
It's 5 points clear now, and obviously we play.
You got Liverpool in a couple of games, haven't you? You got Palace this weekend. I think.
Palace, yeah, Palace
away?
at home. No,
Yeah,
Palace at home. Palace at home, we should win. And then international break. So obviously, if we beat Palace at home, because I think the Manchester City have got Burnley in the FA Cup or something like that. I think one of the two.
Yeah.
He's playing the FA Cup, yeah.
Yeah, they're in the
Yeah,
FA
the
Cup, so
Company
we have
Derby.
an opportunity to go 8 points clear, and then the international break, and then we play. I think is it Liverpool away in the first game back?
Tough
Could be.
game.
I think you've got
Yeah,
another game
very
after
tough game.
that.
Toughest
Very tough
game of the season. Behind Man City at the Etihad.
No,
I agree.
every game for them is the toughest. So shout out your ass because you lost 7-0. You're just gonna call
Right.
them tough, even though you lost
City
7-0.
didn't win there either. No one wins at
Yeah,
Anfield.
no.
No big
So
team.
all I'm saying is, if we get a result at Anfield and we get 3 points at Anfield, that's crazy.
It's
Because
the same as the Etihad. I was going to say, it's even if you don't lose, if you go, as you said, could potentially go 8 points clear. If you're 8 points clear and you just draw, that's still not a bad result.
That's
Anything
a
but
great
a
result.
loss.
I'll take a fucking draw.
All you've
against
got to do is just match Man City's results and lose to them at the Etihad, or at the Etihad, isn't it?
and
won the
lose
league.
to them. Listen,
No, but that's what I'm saying. Even if you lose to City and you just match their results for the rest of the season, you've won the league.
Yeah.
It's in your
Yeah,
hands.
but Dan, for me, the moment you lost, because I remember I used to back you, like I was predicting you to win the league at one point, because I was
I know
like
you
50 points in 19 is crazy. The moment it flipped was because the differential came in, you lost your own game against Man City. You shouldn't have, like that was really detrimental to
that was
the
a
season.
bookie
And
game, though. That was.
I
a
think
weird
if
game.
That was a lot of that
you-
was a defensive errors. The defense was
Yeah.
a bit shaky. The
It was a
defense
big
was
game.
shaky.
Everyone was
It's been like that
nervous
since
for us
the
that
World
game.
Cup.
Yeah.
But 27 games in, and you're 5 points clear against the best squad in Europe, maybe almost, maybe behind Bayern because they got Cancelo. But do you think you can win? Do you think you win the league? Like, if you have to honestly,
Cheers,
predict
I've
it.
answered this for the past like month.
I don't care what you want. I don't care. Obviously, you want your team to win the league. What do you predict? Be honest.
A close, but I reckon we can win it.
Let's revive
You've got to
it.
believe.
What teams, with all your games you got left, what teams apart from the City game are you thinking this is where we could drop points? or
Liverpool
lose?
away.
No, the City and Liverpool. Straight away, they've lost the league there. Those two
Is that
games.
it?
How?
Even Man City have to play
Well,
Liverpool.
Daniel put it
Man City
plainly.
do
If
have
we
the
lose to
Etihad.
Liverpool and City away, but then we
No, if
match
you
Man
draw-
City
if you-
against. No, but
if
this
you
is
know-
what I'm just. No, but even
If
if
you
we
draw
lose
to
them,
Liverpool,
even
no,
if we lose
because that'd
them.
be 6 points. That'd be 6.
yeah, but we're 8 points. We've been mad. No, but
And then have a game in
He
hand.
said if you draw,
Then have a
if you
game in
draw-
hand.
If you draw both those games, it's 1 point that separates, and then it's a matching thing. But that's drawing. You have to draw at the Etihad and draw at Anfield. Like,
Yeah.
regardless of what you think of Liverpool this season, no Premier League top side has gone there. And
no, I know that. I just said
done
that.
the
I
job.
just said that Anfield's a test. Anfield's a big game. That's a
Yeah,
big
but
game.
Chavez, you're also banking on Man City winning every game, and they.
Well, they're shaky.
No, I think there's going to be more points dropped. By the way, Man City have to go to the Amex. Like, there's still games there's big games that are to come. But it's not going to be. It's always happened in every title race. We've had better teams in these positions that have dropped more
Better
points.
teams?
Like, yes,
Liverpool.
better teams. Man United have been in title races from this
Man
point on, and
United.
they've dropped
Fucking
points against teams like they've lost.
hell.
What, you're laughing at the 2009-10 Man United teams? We've lost 4-0 to Everton. There's things happened 4-4. Like Arsenal 4-4 against Liverpool in their title race against us, Liverpool and Man United. There's points that get dropped randomly. It will happen. And this is where Man City come in and utilize their squad.
Yeah, but what happens if they drop points? They're not
to
something
win
like
the
a
league.
robot team. It's like the Galaxy 11 versus Man City.
They are. That's the
You know what I
problem.
mean?
They
It's-
are a robot team.
They're not. They drop
And
points.
the biggest problem is losing that game at home. Because if you won that game right now, the gap would be incredible, and you could afford to lose at the Etihad. Like, you could still win the league, but now you can't. You have to draw at the Etihad.
No, I don't like the way you're talking like it's
No.
done. I
Like
think
it's
the
done, yeah,
story-
like it's set in stone. Yeah.
Because again, because
I'm
they
predicting
could
it. By
still,
the way, I
they
want
could still
Arsenal
win
to win the
at the
league. I
Etihad.
don't want City to win their 3rd Premier League title in a row. Like, this Arsenal team, make no mistake, I'm saying predicting all of this shit. This Arsenal team has played incredible football this season. Like, it's an entertaining team to watch. They get results. There's that. They have the X factor. They have the moments, the last minute moments, the Makeda moments. They've got it with Reece Nelson. It's a likable team. Arteta's a likable manager. Never Arteta out, even when he was at his worst, because you could see from that second half you had against Man City in the FA Cup semi-final that year you won it. It was unbelievable football, which is why I was so shocked when your fans were Arteta out after seeing that FA Cup run, seeing that game against Man City in the
They were
semis.
like
I thought that was.
17 for 1 point though, so I could kind of see why.
But
they
the blueprint was there. There was a lot of problems around the club. He showed the blueprint in that game and in that FA Cup run, but they weren't Arteta out. So I've always respected Arteta and the football he plays. I just don't think your board has backed you enough. Even though I know you got Trossard,
I think they
I still
have.
think
I
you've done
to
more.
argue. I think they've been back.
Trossard's a good signing.
No, do you know what? I retract. I think Mudryk should have been signed. Like, if you're in this position now, Mudryk should have been signed.
006.
No, I think Trossard's the better player for them
006.
winning the league. They needed a proven Premier League.
Should have signed both. They've got to start spending money if you want to match teams like Man City. So
Oh,
Yeah,
so
but
now
we
they
are
wanna
matching
spend
them. We're
money.
doing better than them without spending all this money.
we'll see. Elliot, you won't win the league, but I really want you to. It's as simple as that.
Chavez, how about this?
Yeah,
If we do
Chavez.
win the Premier League, you come to the parade with me.
Why?
Why-
Well,
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
see.
No, you put a bet on it.
Trez, you said to me
No.
that Arsenal won't spend above a potential amount, or the wage bracket won't go above. But I argued to you and said if they're challenging for the league, or if they win the league, they will end up saying it. And now you're coming out with saying they should have spent more. Like, why?
Yeah, the thing is, I like what they're doing. That the fact that they didn't get Mudryk, but it's so sad. That's what football is. Like, maybe getting Mudryk would have been the last step. Like, you need money in football, right? Like, Chelsea are going to get themselves out of this. You just need your squad to gel. You've probably got one of the best squads in Europe. The money is like, it's sad, but money is the big thing, which is why no one wants Man City to win this league except like on
I
London
do.
clubs. It would
I
be
love
great to see a team like
London clubs,
Arsenal
yeah.
win.
I absolutely adore Pep Guardiola and what he does. I love them to win the league.
No, I think he's the greatest manager of all time, but he's also got like been given everything as if he's some
Messiah.
8-year-old kid who's just been born into like the Rothschild family. Like, it's unfortunate. I hope you win it.
You don't sound confident that they're going to win it though.
Well, you know where I stand.
I don't get nervous. Start
Before we,
getting
fin-
shaky.
before we finish up, can we just laugh at Paddy Murphy and Liverpool for losing to Bournemouth?
Does anyone have some Coke Cherry?
Did
No.
say that.
I think Chavez, I think it like evens out now. You're 7-0 versus
Yeah, but-
1-0 against.
Yeah, but Bournemouth have had quite a good few. I don't know about Bournemouth, but they're not.
Do you know what?
They
though?
were good against Arsenal.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
were-
They'll do the same as us in regard of lose 4 or 5 to City or whatever, but they'll always have those results. But they've beaten United there, they've beaten Arsenal there, they've beaten Chelsea at home before. It's not an easy place to go. I know it was obviously a few seasons ago.
No, they didn't beat us this season, Dan.
No,
That was from, like,
but
3
like that's
seasons ago.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, but
No,
it's
do you
not
pick
like
a team out of a hat that you don't like? Like, why don't you like Bournemouth?
media. Don't worry. Long story.
Fair enough.
He doesn't like anyone.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah.
Just hates
Barely,
everything.
barely likes his own club.
I
Yeah.
don't even like them at the minute. I said Luton away is the last game. I've had enough this season. Oh,
Yeah, I know. It's
boring.
quickly just go on and say
Yeah.
the Man United downfall started again, and then
You don't even believe that yourself.
Come on, you Gunners.
100%, I
Yeah,
believe
that's-
that.
Okay, if winning 3 trophies is a downfall, I agree with you, man.
You're
we're
not
in a
winning
downfall.
3 trophies. You're not
Yeah,
winning
not
3
winning
Okay.
trophies.
Yeah.
Yeah, terrible team.
Well, yeah. Cheers. Thanks.